And I was going to say, and then I looked around. I go, listen, I can't. And they go, okay. And literally right inside the door was the director, who's also a movie star, I can't say. The point is, that guy can't walk out on Hollywood Boulevard.
No.
But I can, right in the middle of the scene.
Well, I want to be famous like that, where I can't walk down Hollywood Boulevard. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you had a star on Hollywood Boulevard, wouldn't you, like, walk over to it and be like,
stand on it?
Excuse me, you're standing on my star. And it just kind of
starts fucking cleaning it.
That's me right there,
Oh, my God.
Back off.
What, you want to talk about that? There's no blacks at the Oscars. Is that an issue?
Oh, it's not for me. Here's the issue. I guess you could bring up Jada Pinkett Smith and Spike Lee, and maybe there's one or two.
Can you give us like a nice speech about this, or what? Why are there no blacks?
Okay, so they're doing hashtag Oscars So White.
Yeah.
And here's the deal: I'm white, and you know who else has never?
I'm white.
So is DiCaprio. So is Scorsese. So is Ridley Scott. And
they didn't get an award.
Come on.
They don't even invite. Shit.
And shouldn't Martin Scorsese have won like 10 Oscars by now?
Right.
For reals.
Right.
And so, and Jada Pinkett Smith's and Spike Lee, and I'm a fan. I'm a fan of both of theirs.
Of Jada and Will
and Spike.
I like Spike.
I have a tremendous. Again, if we're gonna.
I like Spike? I respect him as an artist.
Listen,
whatever.
If we're gonna name drop, I've met Spike a few times.
Spike Lee?
Yes.
And how did that go?
And
did you feel like he hated you? Hell no.
Not at all. I just felt like he couldn't be bothered. But the persona that he has is like cool because it suits his thing.
Yeah.
Right. So like, if you get a reputation for being controversial, and they're kind of like, oh well, if it sells movies,
exactly.
sounds good. But
isn't he accused of like making one great movie and that's it, like Malcolm X or something?
He's got a ton of great
blacks
movies.
At the Oscars. Everybody, we're going over this right now.
Who's his? What's the one with the pizza one? Do the Right Thing.
Right.
That is a fucking amazing movie, man. Even by today's standards, like just the message.
Movies are such a collaboration. Does it even matter who's directing?
Well, I guess to the director it does, honestly.
Right, but who else? Isn't it about the story? And then you take 100 professionals that have done 100 movies, and any group of them together is going to make it a great story great?
Nobody's reinventing the wheel. Like, there's just like maybe 10 different stories, right?
There's 10 stories, same crews, same folks.
Romance,
same
revenge,
thing, over and
heist.
over.
Right, it's going to be the same thing.
You're getting a couple of different camera shots and a storyline.
But what you're getting is the chemistry and the collaborative process that you're talking about. So it's like, what's this like when, Robert De Niro and Ben Stiller tell the story?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. And so you get their interpretation of what it's like.
Comedy's not invited to the Oscars.
Meet the in-laws. And well, so she sent this message.
The Oscars are all white people. 60-year-old.
No, but they're not, though. And because I'm white, and I was a little offended by that because it lumps me in with other people. And
yeah, exactly. Thank you.
And the hashtag should read like Oscars So Goldstein, or
I said the same racist thing Howard Stern said, which wasn't racist, but people are like, wow, which is, are you sure that the blacks all should who again? Boy, I'm having a hard time spitting this racist stuff out. I'm saying which performance was worthy. Except here's the one I think did get snubbed. I think there's one snub.
Okay.
Best movie. Straight Outta Compton should be in that group.
Okay, but I even saw Ice Cube, and he's like, he did an interview. He's like, that's ridiculous. We don't make movies for awards.
I know. I saw Ice Cube say that, and I was like, oh, okay.
He's like, it's complaining. It's like complaining that you're not getting enough icing on your cake.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's great.
They're going to win the Screen Actors
from
Guild.
Ice Cube.
And when I saw Ice Cube do that, I should play that.
And the older Ice Cube gets, and the older I get, this is what's scary.
Ice Cube's like, yeah, whatever.
The more him and I start to see eye to eye.
Exactly.
Right? Isn't that one? That one's weird. So
that is weird. And the thing, and I'll tell you, Straight Outta Compton, not one individual performance do you look at and go, ooh, that should be an award. No, it's all, they're believable, and that's about it. But the movie as a whole should be a nomination.
Okay. I haven't seen that. And
in my opinion.
I haven't seen Creed, but I have a feeling
I haven't
really
seen Creed either.
Creed.
Oh, that's what I need to see.
Dude, that premise.
Creed.
The premise is amazing. If you're going to do another Rocky, then make it about
it's genius.
Passing the torch.
Great. He did good, but I haven't seen it.
And so, I mean, but her message is that they need to take their resources away from the whites. And then Spike Lee was saying that he thinks that, or according to the Census Bureau, by the year 2043, whites will be the minority in America. And, and I believe that. I mean, that's kind of true.
I've been tracking it.
But I don't see, I
said last night.
Are we still in a world where there's like people of different color and different races and religions? I mean, I thought we...
Here's the deal. I said it last night. If I'm running for office, okay?
I don't see that we have like a black president. We have a president. My kids... Their generation, they certainly don't see it. That's not something we teach, that people are people. So, like, color to our kids, for real, is like someone's wearing a hat or not wearing a hat, or has short hair or long hair, or mustache, no mustache.
You're raising them, and they're being raised in a good place.
I think so, and I mean, that's how...
If I'm running for president, this is what I say to the white man in the middle of America who is scared that they're losing the numbers. You already did. Yeah. And for everyone that keeps saying, what's the solution? There isn't one. It's over.
Well, that's why people are excited about Trump.
Yeah.
Because they want the white power back.
They got one last fight.
That's the Hail Mary
This is their Hail Mary.
If they lose that one, they've lost the war.
This is their Hail Mary. I'm loving watching the shit show. Obviously, we hate them. And I want to see the shit show as long as I can. I'd like to see it go.
All right, here's my theory. This is a real theory. You can ask Dennis. I've been working on this for 4 years. I'm not even kidding, bro. You know me. You know me well enough to know when I'm kidding, when I'm being serious.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to turn you on to some stuff here. When you're putting up the podcast, put this on there, because this will get us some for sure hits.
All right.
I think that some of us slipped through some sort of wormhole into an alternate universe and I don't know exactly when it happened. I started noticing it about 2 or 3 years ago, and I think it happened like maybe 4 to 6 years ago. But sometime in the past 4 to 6 years, some of us switched into another dimension, and there's a thing on the internet called the Mandela effect.
The Mandela effect?
Do you know about this? This is going to blow your fucking mind, bro. Okay, because I'm going to tell you straight up, where I come from is very different than the world we live in now. The world we live in now, Stephen Collins, the dad from Seventh Heaven, is accused of, molesting kids, or Robin Williams commits suicide in this reality. Okay? Bill Cosby gets accused of, rape in this reality. And I'm not passing judgment. I'm not saying whether they did that or not. Okay? What I'm saying is, in this reality, Donald Trump is running for president. Now, there's little tells. Okay, bro?
I'm almost buying this now that you brought Trump into it like that.
I'm telling you, the Mandela effect comes from Nelson Mandela. And I remember this. When I was a kid, I remember there being several broadcasts, announcing that Nelson Mandela had died. Okay? And that's why when he got out of prison a few years ago, I was like, huh? I thought that guy was already gone, right? And there's an obscene amount of people that actually have the same recollection, but not everybody does, okay? Now, there's other tells, and you really have to research this, okay? This is a true thing. Do you know about the Berenstain Bears thing?
Yeah, it says something about it right there. What was that? The Berenstain Bears. I'm reading.
Okay, look at the spelling of Berenstain Bears, and remember how it was spelled when you were a kid.
Right.
And everybody swears it was not spelled that way. It was spelled with an E at the end.
I think it was with an E. I watched it.
I remember it with an E, and there's
with an E.
In this reality, there is no record.
Why is there an A on the cartoon?
It's really odd, right? And so what they're saying is that they think somebody was able to go back in time and manipulate certain things, and that they put little tells in there.
Not only that, I pronounced it specifically the Berenstain Bears.
Right. Yes.
Because of the spelling.
Yes.
I would say they were the Berenstain Bears.
Yes.
Because of the EI. No doubt.
Okay.
About it. People we've just brought up, the proof.
It's not just that.
That's the Mandela effect in action.
Now, there's that, right? Do you remember a peanut butter brand called Jiffy?
Yeah. Jiffy.
Jiffy peanut butter.
Yeah.
No, for real. Like, really think about it. Try to recall if there was a Jiffy. This is not a bit. I'm not being funny. This is true.
Jiffy. Yeah. Right.
In this reality, there's no record of Jiffy peanut butter. Right. It never existed.
Jiffy.
Jif did, but never Jiffy.
Oh, we should call.
So everything's slightly off here, okay? It's a very similar but very different thing, okay? So some other tales. This one you'll appreciate from film school. You remember that film we had to watch where the guy works? It was a foreign film. It was an Italian film. And they steal his we watched it in the theater. What was it called though? They stole his scooter or his bike or something like that. You remember? You know what I'm talking about? I know the answer, but I don't want to feed it to you. I want you. Because this is going to hit you hard.
You mean in like Kuntz's theater, or not Kuntz's, or one of those guys' first, the history of class?
Yeah, the mean guy, the mean one, Varner.
Yeah, Varner. Wow, good memory. In Varner's room, exactly.
He would have us watch those foreign films.
He stole his hot dog cart? No. I don't remember.
His bike. He was like a messenger. You remember that?
Black and white film?
Yeah. And the kid's name was Bruno. Anyway, the movie was called The Bicycle Thief.
Oh.
Does that ring any bells for you?
Sounds right.
Okay, Google it.
The Bicycle Thief.
Or look it up on IMDb. It's no longer called that anymore.
What's it called now?
And so I feel like I caught this, and it's being like I caught it in the middle of being rewritten. Right? Like in however fucking time travel and alternate universe and I don't know, dark matter and all this stuff works.
It's called Bicycle Thieves?
Here, in this reality, it's called Bicycle Thieves. But when we went to film school, I'm fucking certain, dude, it was called The Bicycle Thief.
Rotten Tomatoes lists it as The Bicycle Thief.
Right. And so what you're seeing is like little signs and little tells. There's little things like that. If you're looking really close, you can see the cracks. You can start to see the cracks of the things that are not what they were. The guy who created Peanuts, what's his name? Don't look it up.
Charles Schultz.
Spell his name, the last name.
Charles Schultz?
Yeah.
Can I do it with a pen and paper?
Well, okay.
Schultz. SCHULT. Schultz. TZ. Schultz.
Right. That's how I remember it. Charles Schultz.
Did I spell it like right? Yeah.
Not according to this reality, but that's how I remember it. Here, it's Charles Schulz.
No.
Google it, bro. And this is all part of the Mandela effect.
No. It's happening.
No, I'm being serious. So I remember, and so where I come from, Robin Williams he's still alive doing awesome comedy, entertaining a ton of people. Here, he commits suicide. Here, Donald Trump can be president. And you know what? These fucking scientists are fucking around up at CERN, dude, with the God particle. They're trying to split the God particle, okay, which if you don't know what that is, they're basically trying to recreate the Big Bang Theory that started the universe, okay, at CERN, which I think is in like Sweden or someplace, Stockholm or whatever. And if they're successful, there's like 1,000, like 1,200 of the world's best scientists working to split the God particle.
His name
and Stephen
was
Hawking
not Schulz, as I'm reading on the internet right now. It wasn't Schulz. It was Schultz.
Right, dude?
Yeah. I know. And I know with the Bears. Hold on. Let's hear this guy out.
Are you familiar with the Mandela effect? There's a whole website devoted to it, and there's a lot of things that I believe when I was younger are apparently completely wrong and different than what reality says they are now.
Wow.
And the
That's what you
Berenstein
just
Bears
said.
is one of those things.
Some
Distinctly remember